What is up guys, Stark here, back for day 15 of the 25 Days of Fate, and in today's video I have a bit of a different video for you guys. So with the holiday seasons coming out and all these new servants coming out like back to back, everyone's really trying to level these servants up as soon as possible, as soon as they get them. So in order to do that, you obviously need to have like EXP items for starts, but you need to have the appropriate number of materials to have in your inventory to level up the character's skills and ascension. So what my goal is in this video is to show you guys the best locations for every item in the game for story mode farming. So like, this isn't, obviously events are going to be the most profitable for event items, but sometimes the event comes out that doesn't have the item you need, or there's no event out right now but there's a servant that comes out that you want. So hopefully this video will show you guys the best spots to farm for every material for skill ascension and enhancements, not counting event items and things like that. You know, the things you can get for everyday farming. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is show the map, and then I'll walk through the different stages and tell you guys what is on the screen for you guys looking at here. So first we're going to show up the map of Fuyuki, and surprisingly every map in the game does have at least one item that it excels at. So I took each item and I pulled out like the top 2, 3, 4 of each of the drop rates across the story missions, and then I labeled them on the map. So, you know, I gave you guys a couple locations, not just the single one, but there's a few out there. So for Evil Bones, this is going to dominate Fuyuki. All three of them are going to be here. So if you need an Evil Bone, this is actually going to be one of your best spots to farm it. So you have the Unknown Coordinates XG, which will have a 23 AP per drop rate, and that's just an average, of course. So you know, just keep that in mind. You know, you might not always get one every 23 AP. The other ones are going to be Unknown Coordinates XD on a 24 AP per drop, and then a Unknown Coordinates XC with 22 AP per drop. So all three of them are pretty much very similar. Just find the one that's easiest for you, and honestly this is the tutorial stage, so all of these should be fairly easy for you to beat at this point in the game. But honestly speaking, Evil Bones are really important. A lot of characters use them and need quite a lot of them. Now they are very easy to get, but if you are lacking on Evil Bones, you should definitely go ahead and farm some up. But yeah, some of the servants you need Evil Bones for, like you have Drake, you have Skahak, Jack the Ripper, Kukulin, Hassan, Tamamo no Mai. There's a lot of characters out there, Raiko as well. So a lot of really good characters in the game all require Evil Bones for something on their ascension or skill enhancements. So definitely make sure you have a good amount of those, especially for servants that you're trying to get in the future. Moving over here to Orleans, and this is only going to have one in the entire map, and this is going to be the Marcellus with a Proof of Hero at 23 AP per drop. So that's pretty good. 23 AP per drop is definitely not bad at all, but there is a better one a little bit further on in the game, so we'll get to that when we get there. And then once I get to the one that has like the best drop rate, then I'll talk a little bit more about it and like some of the servants that require the material. So moving on here to Septum, and we have the Void Dust on the Masilla map with 46 AP per drop. So again, this is going to be one of the lower ones for the Void Dust. Well, in comparison, like it's the third best one. So, you know, if you're not further along in the game and you need some Void Dust, then this could be a really good option for you. But if not, then there are two better ones. That'll be in a couple more maps later on though, so we'll get to that in a second here. Moving along to Okeanos, and now like more of the maps have like more than one item in it, so there'll be a little bit more to talk about. So starting off with the Caldera Islands, we have the Meteor Horseshoe at 132 AP per drop. Moving along to the Island of Wyverns, we have the Dragon Fangs at 28 AP per drop, which is pretty solid there. Moving down to the Stormy Seas, we have the Ghost Lantern at a 67 AP per drop. And then for the Archipelago, we have the Shells of Reminiscence at 57 AP per drop. Moving over to the Pirate Ship, we have the Proof of Heroes at 20 AP per drop. And then also the Pirate Island with the Proof of Heroes at 25 AP per drop. And these are going to be well, at least the Pirate Ship is going to be the best rate for Proof of Heroes in the game. You know, 20 AP per drop is really good, but unfortunately, like most characters need like an absurd amount of Proof of Heroes in order to max out. But yeah, some of the servants that you would need for that, Karna needs quite a lot, 216 total for Karna. So if you like Karna, and you want to max them out, make sure you have a lot of proof of heroes, especially if you're newer to the game, because a lot of older players got proof of heroes for like login bonuses and stuff, but they don't do that anymore, so you might be lacking in that department. So this will be a good time to farm for it. The 4-star Hercules is really good. He needs that as well. Kukola needs that. Mash needs it. Not that many, but she does need a few. Gilgamesh needs a whole bunch. 161 for Gilgamesh. The casted version of Gilgamesh as well. Musashi needs some. Jalter needs... Jalter only needs 10. That's not that much. But still, you know, good to have, you know, so if you have any of those servants trying to level them up, this would be a really good chance to farm up some proof of heroes. And then we do have one more here at the Sunken Rock Seas with the Serpent Jewel at 107 AP per drop. So moving on to the next map, and this is going to be London. Now London does have a few drops here, with starting with Hyde Park with the Forbidden Pages at 74 AP per drop. Moving along to the Westminster with the Homunculus Baby at 123 AP per drop. Now obviously if you look over here to Southwark, you're going to see that it's the same drop for 62 AP per drop. So you probably would rather farm that mission instead. And then we have the Clerkenwell with the Eternal Gears at 70 AP per drop. Moving right along here to America. America is very populated with a lot of different items. So we're going to start over here with Des Moines with the Dragon Claw at 88 AP per drop. Moving over to Kearney for the Warhorse's Young Horns at 142 AP per drop. Going down to Deming at the Dragon Fangs with 27 AP per drop. And this will actually be the best location for Dragon Fang farming in the game. So some servants that do require some Dragon Fangs, like the more prominent ones anyway. Summer Rider Altar, the 5-star Rider, 177 for her. The 4-star Lancer Altar Artoria, 144 Dragon Fangs total needed. Nero needs 144. Lancelot needs 168 total. Summer Artoria Pendragon Archer needs 132. Okida needs 132. Drake needs 132. So you guys can see here you need a lot of different materials to farm out. So you definitely want to find the best spot to farm for these. The Mysterious Heroine X's both need 126. I know Hokusai is a pretty popular servant coming out here in January. She's only going to need 10, but if you are looking to level her up, then you know, you definitely want to make sure that you have enough material to fully ascend her and skill her up. So moving on to Lubbock, we have the Black Beast Greased at 147 AP per drop. Dallas has the Proof of Heroes at 25 AP per drop. Alexandria has the Tearstones of Blood at 160 AP per drop. Charlotte has the Void's Dust at 31 AP per drop. And that will be the best location to farm Void's Dusts on story mode missions. So some characters for that. Scotty, when Scotty comes out, she's going to need them. 144 for Scotty. Kualter needs 144 for himself. Musashi needs 144. Hans needs 72. Gilgamesh needs 144. Hokusai, again, she needs Void Dust. She needs 30 total. Hassan needs 24. Jack the Ripper needs 110. Skahawk needs 110. Okida needs 105. And then moving over to Washington, we have the Spirit Root at 259 AP per drop. And finally, we have Chicago with the Eternal Gears at 51 AP per drop. So for the Claws of Chaos, this is actually going to be the best map to farm for Claws of Chaos in the story map. Yeah, 88 AP still is a bit much, but some of these items, like especially for the gold items, they have really high AP per drops anyway. So if you do desperately need them, you can go farm it, but these are more of the items that you really do want to get them when they come out in events and stockpile them. But some characters that do make use of the Claws of Chaos, you're going to have Okida with 45, Jack needs 53, Jalter needs 10, Kukolan Alter needs 33, Skahawk will need 9, Hercules needs 8, Lancelot needs 29, Abigail Williams needs 10, Raiko needs 32. So yeah, for the more rare items, you're obviously not going to need like 170 for them, but you know, you still do need quite a few, or maybe you're missing like that one or two, so you definitely want to make sure you get everything ready. It's good to have all your materials ready and prepped for that character when they come out, so you don't have to worry about it afterwards. You can just get them, level them up, evolve them, max them out, boom, done. Don't have to worry about it anymore, and then you can get right into using them. Moving over here to Camelot, and we have quite a few here in Camelot as well. Starting with the Hidden Village, it'll have the Lamp of Evil Ceiling at 120 AP per drop. Going down to the Great Temple, we actually have 2 drops in this one, so this is going to be pretty cool here. So you have the Fool's Chains at 51 AP per drop, and then you have the Scarab of Wisdom at 210 AP per drop. So while you're farming your Fool's Chains, you definitely could get some of the Scarab of Wisdoms, and then that'll take away from some of the Scarabs you need later on in the future. You could do the Sandstorm Desert. It does have a bit of a higher AP per drop though, at 236, so I don't really see the benefit of doing that when you can get Fool's Chains as well. But maybe that quest is easier for you, or you have better luck getting drops or something. Moving up to the Dune of Dawn, you have the Lamp of Evil Ceiling as well with 165 AP per drop. Moving over to the Wastelands of Death, you have the Fool's Chain again at 30 AP per drop, which is significantly better than the Great Temple. Moving up to the East Village, we have the Warhorse's Young Horn at 111 AP per drop. And then moving up again to the Mausoleum of the Evening Bell with the Ghost Lantern at 58 AP per drop. Moving over to West Village, we have the Void's Dust at 43 AP per drop. And then moving over to the right, we have the Land of Void with the Meteor Horseshoe at 50 AP per drop. Moving down to the main gate, we have the Great Knight Medal at 61 AP per drop. And then across to the Holy City, we have another 2-drop mission here with the Octuplet Crystal at 73 AP per drop and the Spirit Root at 162 AP per drop. And then finally, moving over to the Royal Castle, we have another Great Knight Medal at 57 AP per drop. Alright, so there are some items in here that have the best drop rates for that item in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about them all real fast here. So, Spirit Root definitely has the best drop rate for story mode in the game right now in Camelot at the Holy City. 162 is really high, but it is the best rate you can get in the game right now. So you're going to want to get Spirit Roots for quite a few characters. Ilya needs Spirit Roots, Shootin' Doji needs Spirit Roots, Summer Artoria Pendragon Archer needs Spirit Roots, Raiko needs them, needs 30, Abby needs 45, so you definitely want to do that if you have Abby. She's going to need a ton of Spirit Roots. Merlin needs them, 32 for Merlin. Now obviously I'm not naming every character, I'm just naming some of the ones that have a lot. Hokusai needs 10, so make sure you have 10 Spirit Roots for Hokusai when she comes out. The Great Knight Medal, there are only 2 missions in the game that drop them, and they're both in Camelot, and they're both fairly same on the average drop. So, you know, just pick whichever quest is easier for you. There's not much of a difference there, so it shouldn't be too much harder for you. So for some characters that need the Great Knight Medals, obviously you're going to have your Camelot characters like Lancelot and Artoria Pendragon, Gawain, like they're all going to need it. Tristan, they all need them. Artoria Pendragon Rider Altar needs 105, it's quite a bit there. Summer Mordred will need 88. Mysterious Heroine X Altar needs 110. She's one of the few characters that aren't like tied to Camelot, like the Knights or Summer characters that need them. That's out anyway. Prototype Arthur Pendragon needs 105 as well. So there's not that many characters that need these, but they do need a lot of them if they do need them. So make sure you're farming those if you have some of those characters to max out their skills. The Fool's Chain also has its best AP per drop rate in Camelot with the Wastelands of Death at 30 AP per drop. So that's going to be, you know, pretty easy to get some things there. But a lot of characters need Fool's Chains, and a lot of characters need a lot of Fool's Chains. Now they are like commons or bronze or whatever you want to call them, so they should drop pretty frequently, but some characters need like 200 plus, so it's going to be hard. Like Quetzalcoatl needs 216, like that's just an insane amount, so you're going to be farming for a while if you don't have them stockpiled. Ereshkigal though does need 161, that's pretty much why I'm making this video, to let you guys know where to farm for Ereshkigal or Hokusai. Hassan needs 161, Abigail Williams needs 30, so yeah, make sure you're farming up those Fool's Chains so you can max out Ereshkigal when she comes out. For the Scarab of Wisdom also only does have 2 drop rates in the game, and both of those are the 2 missions in Camelot. So yeah, 200 plus AP per drop is going to be pretty yikes, but if you need Scarab of Wisdoms and there's no event running out that has them, guess what? You're farming Camelot, right? Or you're waiting. But some characters that do make use of the Scarab of Wisdoms, there are going to be some pretty big ones here. Sherlock Holmes needs 45 Scarab of Wisdoms. Hokusai is going to need 10 scarabs. Ilya needs 5 scarabs. Ozzy needs 5. Merlin needs 6. Ishtar needs 6. Castor Nero Claudius needs 6. So there's quite a few out there. Thankfully, most characters in the game do not need that many Scarab of Wisdoms. So unless you're looking here at Cleopatra, who needs 30, or like I said, Sherlock Holmes at 45, that's going to be pretty bad there. Parvati needs 24 as well if you're trying to level her up for Scotty when she comes out. Hopefully you had some stockpiled, or hopefully you can wait on those characters for like an event where they drop Scarabs. So Spirit Roots also have its best drop rate here in Camelot, with the Holy City with 162 AP per drop. So again, I mean, that's a little bit better than farming for Scarab of Wisdoms, but it's still pretty bad. You do have a chance to get octuplet crystals as well, which kind of offsets the fact that you're going to have to dump a lot of AP into this to farm for. But there are, again, once again, a lot of characters that do require Spirit Roots. So Ilya is going to need 30, Shootin' Doji needs 30, Semiramis needs 30 when she comes out. If you're planning on saving up for her, make sure you have those Spirit Roots. Raiko needs 30, Abby needs 45. The new event character, Altera the Santa, needs 24. Merlin needs 33. Hokusai needs 10. The Meteor Horseshoe also does have its best drop rate in the Land of the Void with 50 AP per drop. And some characters that do benefit from the Meteor Horseshoes, these are probably going to be a lot of Rider characters. But you have Summer Rider Alter with 72. The Lancer version of Artoria Pendragon, the 5-star, needs 72. The event character Altera the Sun needs 36 total to max her out. Hokusai is going to need 10 Meteor Horseshoes as well. Archer Inferno needs 42. The 4-star version of Artoria Pendragon, Lancer also needs 42. Astolfo needs 42. Iskander needs 53. You guys can see here a lot of Riders need a lot. Queen Neve needs 15. Let's see, some characters that aren't Riders. Hans needs 42. Dante's needs 36. Lancelot needs 60. So yeah, quite a lot of stuff you can get out of Camelot overall. I think I covered everything for that one. Moving on to Babylonia, and Babylonia has a ton of drops in it, so it's going to be a bit of a mouthful to get through everything here. But starting with the Blood Fort, we have the Primordial Lanugos at 109 AP per drop, and then right below it we have the same with the Black Cedar Forest with the Lanugos at 245 AP per drop. Not really relevant, but I did want to list the top locations for each item, but you can obviously see the difference between the two there. Moving over to the Northern Hill, we have the Black Beast Grease at 111 AP per drop, and then moving down to the Fallen Babylonia, you have the Seeds of Yggdrasil at 40 AP per drop. Moving down to the Plateau, you have the Deadly Poisonous Needles at 39 AP per drop. Moving up to Nipper here, we have the Dragon Scales at 161 AP per drop. And then the Northern Wall will have 2, even though it doesn't look like it the way I have it made, but I needed to fit it in there without covering anything. The Northern Wall will have the Deadly Poisonous Needles at 49 AP per drop, and the Primordial Lanugos at 169 AP per drop. The Reed Fields will have the Deadly Poisonous Needles at 34 AP per drop, and then going up to Kutha, we have the Ghost Lantern at 54 AP per drop. Then going up even further, we have Mount Ebb with the Cursed Beast Gallstones at 172 AP per drop. Moving all the way down to the bottom at the Bog, we have the Serpent Jewel at 79 AP per drop. Going down to we have the Claw of Chaos at 110 AP per drop. Going down further to the Eridu, we have the Dragon Fang at 32 AP per drop. And then finally, moving over to the Observatory, we have the Shell of Reminiscence at 51 AP per drop. So Babylonia has a ton of different items, and quite a few of them are the best locations in the game to farm. So starting with the Dragon's Reverse Scale, it does have its best and only location to farm in Nipper here with 161 AP per drop. It is quite a lot. It is much better than farming it in the training grounds. Having 550 and 900 AP per drop there on the training grounds is a little bit, not worth it in my opinion. But if you are desperate for Dragon Scales, then this is the only spot for you to farm. So yeah, if you're going for Hokusai needs 45 Dragon Scales, so you better get farming now if you need them. Merlin, Raiko both need 5 apiece. That's not too bad considering they're really hard to get. Gilgamesh needs 6, Lancelot needs 21, or the Berserker Lancelot needs 21. There are quite a few characters that are coming out in the future that will need quite a few Dragon Scales, so make sure you're saving up for those, like Ray, Sitonia, Sieg. They all need them. Dante's needs 45. It's quite a lot. Mash needs 15. So yeah, get farming if you need dragon scales, or just suck it up and wait for events. The Seed of Yggdrasil also has its best location drop here in Babylonia with the Fallen Babylonia map stage. For some characters that make use of the Seeds of Yggdrasil, you're going to have Iskander here at 90 seeds to max him out. Tamamo no Mai also needs 90. Altera the Santa needs 45 total. Jalter needs 36. Abby needs 30. Dante's needs 30. Hokusai needs 10. And I'm really setting you guys up here to try and get a Hokusai and a Rushgill maxed out before they actually come out in the game. Primordial Lanugos do have its only 3 drop locations in Babylonia, so if you're going to need them, you're going to have to farm here in Babylonia. Altera the Santa needs 36 to max her out. Summer Nero needs 45 to max out. Musashi needs 45. Hokusai is going to need 10. And then Scotty will need 32 when she comes out, so if you're planning on getting ready for Scotty, you need 32 Primordial Lanugos for her. The Deadly Poisonous Needles, all of their drop locations are in Babylonia, so you definitely want to pick the easiest one for you. They all have relatively low AP per drops, so just pick the easiest quest really and go for it. But the best one is in the Field of Reeds at 34 AP per drop. And some characters that make use of the Poisonous Needles, Caster Gilgamesh is going to need 144. Hassan will need 177. The Archer of Shinjuku will need 132. Gorgon will need 38. A lot of the characters that need the Deadly Poisonous Needles aren't out yet. Shiran needs 144. Deermid needs 144. Ivan the Terrible needs 177. Semiramis needs 132. So if you're saving up for any of those characters, then make sure you have the right number of Poisonous Needles in your inventory. I'm going to go ahead and mention it here because the difference between AP is not really that big of a deal. But in Mount Ebb, you have the Cursed Beast Gallstones at 172 AP per drop. I'll mention again later, it's not the best location, but there are only 2 in the game. So if you're like a newer player and you don't have Shimosa unlocked, then you might have to be farming this in order to get the Gallstones. I know this was a big thing for a lot of people when Hassan came out first, like they needed those 6 Gallstones for him, and I was one of those people. I was farming this to get those stones to max him out, but you know, sometimes you just have to just say screw it and go for it and get those. At least you only need 6. You know, like if you're trying to max out Gorgon or the Avenger of Shinjuku, you need 44. Abby needs 10. Hokusai needs 45. So good luck. Good luck. Quetzalcoatl needs 30 as well. So that's some characters there. There's obviously a lot more. The Ghost Lantern also does have its best drop rate in Babylonia in the Kutha mission. But Hassan is going to need 72 Ghost Lanterns. Nightingale will also need 72. Saber Shiki will need 72. Gilgamesh Caster will need 60. Drake needs 72. Jalter needs 45. Hokusai needs 36. Dante's needs 36. Ereshkigal needs 53, so make sure you have 53 ready for her. Tamamo no Mai needs 53 as well. Now obviously the numbers are pretty high, but that's if you want to max them out. Like full ascension, full skills, all 3 skills. So you might not necessarily need all of that, but if you want to be prepared, then that's the total number you're going to need. The Shell of Reminiscence also does have its best drop location in Babylonia with the Observatory at 51 AP per drop. So Cleopatra will need 72 shells. The event Ishtar will need 36. A lot of event characters need the shells, honestly. Pretty much all the summer characters need them. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. You know, Summer Artoria Pendragon Archer, 53. Frankenstein needs 42. Mordred needs 42. Summer Raiko needs 42. Summer Artoria Pendragon Rider Alter needs 15. Summer Kiyohime needs 44. Pretty much this is going to be your go-to for summer characters. I think they pretty much all of them need it. Summer Nero needs 72. Let's see, someone who doesn't, that's not a summer character. Emiya Alter needs 60. Brad Mante needs 72 when she comes out. So yeah, that's quite a few characters that need it, but most of them are summer characters. Alright, so that wraps up Babylonia. That was quite a lot to get through, but moving straight along. And now we're going to go into the pseudo-singularities, so starting up with Shinjuku. So moving on to Shinjuku, we have the tower top floor, which will have Spirit Roots drop at 212 AP per drop. Going down to the barrel tower, we have the Eternal Gears at 45 AP per drop. Moving down to the National Highway, we have the Mystic Spinal Fluid at 50 AP per drop. And then going down to the Yoyogi 2, we have more Mystic Spinal Fluids at 50 AP per drop. Moving over to the Shinjuku Station, we have, again, Mystic Spinal Fluid at 32 AP per drop. Moving over to the Kabukicho at the Eternal Gear drops, 70 AP per drop. Moving across to the Shinjuku 2 with the Forbidden Pages and the Tear Stones of Blood, 68 AP for the pages, 114 AP for the Tear Stones. And then finally, the Imperial Garden will have the Heart of the Foreign God at 172 AP per drop. So the Mystic Spinal Fluid does have its only locations here in Shinjuku, and 32 AP per drop, and the Shinjuku Station is pretty good as well. So obviously the Shinjuku characters are going to need some of those drops. So the Avenger of Shinjuku will need 8, the Assassin will need 180 total, Archer of Shinjuku will need 216, Hijikata Toshizo will need 216, Emiya Alter will need 30, Danzo will need 36. For the Tear Stones of Blood, the Shinjuku 2 mission will have the best drop rate for the Tear Stone of Blood, 114 AP per drop. So if you're trying to level up the Archer of Inferno, she needs 36. If you're trying to level up Chloe, she needs 36 as well. That's a rare one right there. I haven't mentioned her yet in this video. Nightingale needs 45. Ishtar needs 8. Jalter needs 10. Q-Alter needs 8. Abigail Williams needs 10. Cleopatra needs 9. Raiko needs 9. In that same mission, you also do have the best drop rate for the Forbidden Pages, so that's going to be really cool. You have the best mission for 2 different drop rates there, so you could just farm them and get both of them. A lot of characters need pages. Ozzy needs 72, Sherlock Holmes needs 36, Jalter needs 36, Hokusai needs 36, Tamamo no Mai needs 84, Castor Gilgamesh needs 44, Merlin needs 55, Waver needs 55, Summer Nero needs 53, Dante's needs 10, Hans needs 28, Abigail Williams needs 10. A lot of characters need pages. Pretty much that's like your caster material item that you need for most of your casters. We also do have the best drop rate for the Eternal Gears at the Barrel Tower at 45 AP per drop. So you're going to have Bride Nero 72, Mash is going to need 15, Musashi needs 15, Karna needs 55, Jack needs 15, Okida needs 15, Waver needs 15, Hans needs 8, Merlin needs 53, Jalter needs 10, and that does wrap up the Shinjuku mission here. So pretty much Shinjuku has like the best drop rates for a lot of different materials. Like the ones that drop, the prominent ones, are pretty much populated in Shinjuku. So that's really cool. And even the Heart of the Foreign God, even though it's not its best drop rate, it's pretty similar to the Gallstones in the fact that the other mission that's better is just slightly better. So moving on to Agartha, and this one is pretty populated as well. It does have some new items we haven't talked about yet either. Starting off with the Fissure of the Land, you have the Serpent Jewel at the 56 AP per drop. Going across to the Subterranean River, you have Phoenix Feathers making its debut on this list at 70 AP per drop. Moving up to the Northern Clift, we have the Fool's Chains at 53 AP per drop, and then the Black Beast Greased at 103 AP per drop. Moving down to the Subterranean Plains, you do have the Claw of Chaos at 97 AP per drop, and the Campsite will have 86 AP per drop for the Warhorse's Young Horns. Moving down more, you have the Riverside Town with Phoenix Feathers at 96 AP per drop, and then going to the very bottom, you have the Peach Blossom Village with the Octuplet Crystals at 52 AP per drop. And then finally, moving to the right, we have the Dragon Imperial Palace with the Mysterious Divine Wine at 160 AP per drop. So this will be the best location to farm for the Divine Wine. It only does have one other location, that'll be in Shimosa, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But 160 AP per drop, it is a lot, but sometimes, like I've been saying, you do have to just farm it if you need 1 or 2 more. So if you're trying to level up the Archer of Inferno, she needs 24. Ereshkigal is going to need 5. Make sure you guys have 5 for Ereshkigal. There's not too many characters right now that need this item since it's relatively new, but there are characters that are coming out in the future that will need it. Okida Soji Alter will need 27. You got plenty of time for that though if you need to save up for her. Parvati needs 4. Summer Nero needs 5. Kama will need 22 when she comes out. Summer Nobunaga needs 22 as well. The Serpent Jewel does have its best drop rate here. The Serpent Jewel's been popping up a lot, but this is the best drop rate for it in the game at the Fissure of the Land, 56 AP per drop. Quite a few characters need this. Ishtar is going to need 60. Q-Alter will need 60. Bride Nero needs 60. Jalter needs 36. Cleopatra needs 10. Ozzy needs 45. Quetzalcoatl needs 44. Ozzy needs 44 rather, sorry about that. Abby needs 10. Gilgamesh needs 42. The octuplet crystals also does have its best drop right here at the Peach Blossom Village, 52 AP per drop. So your Mysterious Heroine X will need 72, Raikou needs 72. I do think this is pretty heavily dominated by Berserkers. Hokusai is going to need 36, Mash needs 15, Musashi needs 55, Iskander needs 15. Trying not to pick too many Berserkers. But it doesn't look like that many Berserkers actually do. Ishtar needs 53, Jalter needs 10, Karna needs 53, Hercules needs 42. The Black Beast Grease does also have its best drop right here in the Northern Cliffs at 103 AP per drop. So that's cool, you can farm that while you're farming Fool's Chains, which also does have a pretty good drop right there. Hokusai is going to need 45, Archer of Inferno needs 6, Abby needs 10, Kiara is going to need 15, Mysterious Heroine X Alter needs 45. The Warhorse's Young Horn also does have its best drop rate with the Camping Grounds at 86 AP per drop. So that's nice that it finally gets one under 100 AP. So Jalter is going to need 45, Iskander needs 8, Brad Mante needs 11, Achilles will need 9 when he comes out, Summer Artoria Pendragon Archer needs 45, Nezha needs 6. So moving right along to Shimosa. Shimosa doesn't really have that many overall stages, but it does have a few drops here, and it does have one new item that we're going to add to the list. So it starts off with the Akara Plains with the Gallstones dropping at 165 AP per drop. Moving along to the village with the Refined Magatama at 81 AP per drop. Going up to the mountain behind, you have the Octuplet Crystals at 86 AP per drop. And then moving to the bottom of the map, we have the Toad Castle with the Magatama at 80 AP per drop and the Wine at 221 AP per drop. And then finally, the Castle Town will have the Refined Magatama at 52 AP per drop. So this will be the best place to get the Magatama, the only place to get it as of right now in Global. So the Castle Town will be your best bet with 52 AP per drop. So yeah, predictably, a lot of the characters that came out in the banner will be requiring the Magatama. So you have Nezha with 60, Danzo with 60. You also are going to have Ereshkigal with 72. That's going to be a pretty big one there for you to get. Inshin's going to need 48. Hokusai will need 10. Yagyu will need 10. The Assassin of Paraiso will need 44. Archer of Inferno will need 12. So quite a lot there. But the main one here is Ereshkigal. She needs 72. I do think she needs the most Magatama out of any character in the game currently. She's tied with one of the other characters. It's Benny Emma, who's going to be coming out, but she doesn't come out this year for us, or next year, I guess. So you have plenty of time to save up for her materials if you do need her. And as I was saying, the Curse Beast Gallstone does have its best drop right here in Shimosa. We already talked about it here, but Hokusai is going to need 45. So you want to make sure you get those for her. And then moving on to the final map, we have Salem. Starting with the Waitley residence, we have the Homunculus Baby at 50 AP per drop. Moving on to the Gallows Hill, we have a new item that's going to be exclusive to Salem for now anyway. And that's going to be the Stake of the Wailing Knight at 31 AP per drop. The Jailhouse will have the Lamp of Evil Ceiling at 109 AP per drop. Moving down to the Carter residence, you're going to have the Stakes at 50 AP per drop and the Heart of the Foreign God at 163 AP per drop. The Silent Forest will have Seeds of Yggdrasil at 42 AP per drop, although the picture is probably pretty difficult to see, but it is there. The Refuge has 47 AP per drop on the Seeds of Yggdrasil as well. The Public Chapel will have the Phoenix Feather at 59 AP per drop, and then going to the top right corner, we have the Suburban Mansion with the Stakes at 51 AP per drop. So this is the final map, so you do have a lot of bests here. Starting with the Stakes of the Wailing Knight, it's going to be your Gallow Hill here is going to have 31 AP per drop. That's going to be your best bet. And you better start farming it because Ereshkigal needs 216 in order to fully max her out. You do need 72 to max out one of her skills, so Ereshkigal comes out tomorrow, so make sure you have those materials. I don't, I'm guilty of that. I'm going to have to start farming it as soon as I'm done with this video. But she is the most prominent character on here, I think, that needs them. Abby does need some, she only needs 10 though, so that's not too bad. But Ereshkigal is the main one as of right now for us. The Homunculus Baby does have its best drop here as well in the Waitley residence. being 50 AP per drop. We've seen that pop up quite a few times, so thankfully it does have a really good drop rate with 50 AP per drop. Chloe's going to be one that needs it, 36 for Chloe. Dante needs 45. Abby needs 36. Nightingale needs 12. Enkidu will need 77. The Lamp of Evil Ceiling finally finds its best one here in the jailhouse with 109 AP per drop. So Ozzy's going to need 45. Ishtar will need 45. Kiara will need 15. Abby will need 45. The Caster of Midrash will need 6. Cleopatra will need 33. Parvati will need 8. And the Heart of the Foreign God does have its best drop rate here, slightly better than the one in Shinjuku, with the Carter Residence 163 AP per drop. So you could decide to farm this to get the stakes for a Rechigal and get some hearts along the way. There are quite a few characters that do need hearts. Abby will need 45. Kiara needs 27. Chloe needs 24. Parvati needs 24. Merlin needs 30. Shiro, the ruler Shiro, will need 60. Jack the Ripper needs 33. Musashi needs 5. Enkidu needs 5. Jalter needs 55. Dante needs 10. Carter needs 35. There's a ton of characters. Skahak needs 35. Drake needs 35. Gilgamesh needs 35. Just going through this list, so many people. Scotty will need 6. Ereshkigal needs 6. Ozzy needs 6. Kualter needs 6. This is probably one of the most populated items in the game. Brynhild will need 21. And that was just like skipping like 90% of the characters. So I do think Heart of the Foreign God is probably one of your most populated items in the game, at least for like relevant characters. So we do have a few more. The Phoenix Feather will have its best drop rate in the Public Chapel with 59 AP per drop. And this one has a few characters as well. Iskander will need 60. Brynhild will need 60. Skahak will need 60. Mash needs 15. Abby needs 36. Dante will need 10. Okita Soji will need 70. Waver needs 70. Archer of Inferno needs 40. Ilya needs 12. Ishtar needs 44. Jalter needs 10. Karna needs 12. Hokusai needs 10. Quite a bit there for the Phoenix Feathers. And that's it, guys. That wraps up the list. That was a bit of a mouthful to get through. It's going to take an hour to edit this probably. I hope this was actually helpful in the long run. Yeah, I know most of it's just me talking and all that stuff, and you can find all of this online. But I do think it was a good idea to just throw it out there and give you guys the best locations to farm in story mode for each material for like Ascension and Skill Up in the game. So I hope you guys did enjoy this. I really do hope it helped. If you did like the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. So feel free to check those out, as well as the 25 Days of Fate Christmas giveaway I'm running on my channel. That will be linked at the end in the video end card, so make sure you click that, check that out. All you have to do to enter is comment on that video and subscribe to my channel for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Google Play or iTunes. So definitely make sure you do that. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.